Welcome folks, this is Wear and Tear, yet another outdoor and gear review channel. Today I show you the difference between two dive lights from Wurkkos budget dive lights that are in the compact class. We have the older release, the Wurkkos DL07, based off a chunky 26650 cell, 5000 milliamps. And the new, a little bit more sophisticated release, the Wurkkos DL08, based on our 21700 cell. Now, those lights seem to be very similar because they offer all kinds of output modes, UV light 365 nanometers, red light modes, throw mode, and warm white floodlight. So on paper they are very close to each other. Now, I'm in a predicament. I'm gonna go snorkeling in Croatia, and these lights are just perfect for snorkeling. I had this out for snorkeling, I think, last year. But I wonder, should I take both of them? Should I take just one of them? Is the DL08 better in every conceivable way? So that's why I'm here at a cave, to just see the differences between the light output of those two lights. So I'm trying to answer these questions myself. Other than that, these lights are very similar. And this is a little bit cheaper now, the DL07, because it's the older generation. Yeah, the DL07 uses an external charger, if that matters for you. And this one has an internal charging port, but you need to completely unscrew it. Other than that, build quality, pricing, everything is very similar. Of course, they're watertight enough for actual diving, but I use them for snorkeling. And both of them, of course, have also threaded connectors. So let's just see what the difference is with the light output and light quality, because that's what matters most, at least to me, and I think that's interesting for some of my viewers as well. Okay folks, this is my sandstone cave. I'm first activating my Wurkkos DL07, which has a magnetic ring switch, and this is the throw. The throw mode is a more cold white light, as you can tell. That's about all the throw you get. You see, even the throw here is a bit floody, which always bugged me a little bit. And then we switch over to the floodlight. The floodlight, I always appreciate it a whole lot because it's neutral white, warm white, something in that area, or warm neutral white. So I always like that a whole lot. This level also has a low mode. You see, with this light, I always need to use both hands to really switch the mode. Yeah, but it's a very uncomplicated, stress-resistant UI. Then we go over and we had a red light mode. Red light mode on this one is pretty strong. So for close-up pictures or, you know, nighttime duties where you want to preserve your night vision, it is good. And then we have a UV mode, which is fairly strong on this light. I can see some trash here, some litter that people left. So right in front of my, my feet. So that's good enough. So this is the Wurkkos DL07. Now we have the DL08, which comes with a lever switch and a push button. So let's turn it on. Here we have the throw. And with this light we have infinite brightness, so it's very sophisticated. You can go down, and once you're down all the way, so this is very low on the throw, a double click brings you nowhere. Anyways, I need to keep it pushed to go all the way back to high or turbo, and then a short blink tells me, okay, you reached the maximum. So you see the throw on this light is very, but it is an actual thrower. At home or the white wall, you see some rings, some little bit of an artifact, but outdoors, this is really just a very useful thrower. Now the light gets very hot very quickly on this high mode. Then with the lever, flick of the lever, we go to the floodlight. And you see every mode is a mode memory. So it's like you have a new flashlight with every switch of the flick of the lever. So we go all the way up. So here we have the throw mode, the floodlight mode, and this one is really bright. It is bright, and it's definitely neutral white, not quite as warm as on the DL07. So another flick of the switch and we're in red light mode. I had that on low, but I can turn it all the way. No, I had it actually on high. So the red light mode on this light, it's actually pretty decent. So you have also infinite brightness on the red light. And another flick of the switch and we are in the UV mode, which also has this infinite dimming option. So on maximum, which would be most interesting on UV, just have the same performance pretty much as the DL07. Now let's try those lights side by side. First we go into the throw mode. Again, I need 2 lights for the DL07. So there we go. So this is the throw mode. So this is the DL07 throw mode. And this is the DL08 throw mode. You can tell for yourself which one of those lights has a real throw mode. If a throw mode is your thing, then you have to go with the DL08. Now the floodlight mode, which is the mode that really matters a lot outdoors. So this is the DL07, good floodlight, and this is the DL08. Yeah. I would say both lights have a very good floodlight mode. I almost like the DL07 a little bit better. Seems to be a little bit warmer. The DL07 has a low mode, but the DL08 has, of course, the infinite brightness, the infinite ramping. And man, the DL08 gets really hot. The DL08 is really meant to be run on the high modes, strictly in water or underwater. The red light mode, let's go on a red light, turn on the red light. Yeah, I can tell you right away, see if I have both on maximum. The DL07 is a little bit more of a red light performer, the DL07 in my right hand, versus the DL08. No, the DL08 is in my right hand, the DL07 in my left hand. And then the ultraviolet light, again, I need 2 hands. So, didn't come on because I unscrewed the DL07 by accident. It's another advantage of the lever switch that can't happen. Yeah, again, with ultraviolet, the DL07 seems to perform a little bit better. So, I would say that the DL07 is not outdated. If you are really into floodlight mostly, then the DL07 is really a good performer. If you need a good floodlight and a good red light and a good ultraviolet light, and you don't mind an external charger, then the DL07 is really very interesting. If you look for a flashlight that is more general purpose and has just a, I would say, a better user interface, a better operation with that lever switch, then you should go with the DL08. But the DL08 is not a straight upgrade in every regard. The DL08 just, the biggest advantage is the massive, massive throw that it offers. It's just not there. And on the DL07, it's just not there. Yeah, this is the throw on the DL07. It's just not performing anywhere close. The throw on the DL07 is basically a floodlight. Yeah, but the floodlight is, yeah, they don't give floodlight. Let's see. Let's go on maximum again on DL08. Man, the DL08 gets hot. Yeah. I would say the DL08, also thanks to the internal charging port, is much more of a general purpose flashlight that you would like to have around the campground. The low modes are very nice, you just don't have that on the DL07. If I had to decide for a similar price point between the 2 lights, I would certainly go for the DL08. But to just buy the DL08 as an upgrade over the DL07, unless you need the throw function, I wouldn't do it really. 26650 cells are nice. I mean, you need to unscrew the flashlight, put it in an external charger. Truth be told, I always have an external charger in my car because sometimes it's better to charge those cells externally because it's just better for the cells. And also for the DL08, you just need to unscrew the light anyways completely, which in order to access the internal charger, which brings the possibility that you might get dirt into the electronics or offend the O-rings. By the way, the O-rings didn't come lubricated well enough. A little bit of silicone grease I had to add myself. But yeah, DL08 is an absolutely great light for a bargain price. I definitely would highly recommend it. But the DL07 still stands on its own for the most part, especially if you get it for a little bit of a discounted price. Well, this was wear and tear. I hope you enjoyed the little video. Well, it's a beautiful early summer, late spring day. It's absolutely amazing. Good time to be alive, even though there's a lot going on in the world right now that disturbs people. But also, this is a part of reality. Sometimes we need to focus on these nicer things. Get out and get some fresh air, not just hang out on those news websites and those agenda-driven, algorithm-driven news feeds that just cook your mind and disturb your emotions. This was Wear and Tear, over and out.